Welcome to Q&A practice. Let's start out with the court. Ready? Here we go. Additional cross-examination. Just briefly, Your Honor. Ms. Larson, if Sergeant Daniels told you to make an arrest of Ms. Arnold May 18th, 2011, you'd have done it, correct? Yes, I would have. And you'd write the reports? Absolutely. And indicate in the reports his observations as given to you, correct? I'm sorry. You would document in the report the observations he made as given to you, correct? Correct. So while a sergeant may not physically make the arrest, process a body, they can get it done, right? Absolutely. There was some questions about facts indicating that maybe somebody could have been arrested. Do you remember that? No. On the night of May 18th, 2011, Ms. Rios was arrested, correct? Correct. And she was implicated in check fraud, right? Correct. However, ultimately, check fraud was not a charge for which she was arrested, correct? Correct. In fact, she was arrested for a warrant, correct. And you had requested additional filing for possession of controlled substance, right? Right. And possession of drug items, right. But you did not make a request for filing for forgery or check fraud, no. And in the course of your investigation, you received information that her associate, Mr. Leonard, was involved in this check fraud too, correct? Correct. Okay, but yet Mr. Leonard wasn't arrested, was he? No. And part of the reason Mr. Leonard wasn't arrested, even with somebody saying he's doing it, is you didn't have enough evidence, did you? Correct. And he wasn't there. And you didn't make a request for check fraud against Ms. Rios, despite having notice that she was involved, right? Right. And again, you didn't have enough facts at the time to do that, right? Right. Bottom line, it's your experience. You've got to have facts, hard evidence to make arrests, right? Right. And it can't be based on guesses and maybes, right? Thank you. Additional direct examination. That's the end of that section of Q&A practice. see what else we have. All right, we will start with defense attorney. Ready? Here we go. When you were in the bedroom with Officer Larson, he didn't do anything to make you afraid for your safety, did he? Yeah, I was afraid. I didn't know what he could do to me. Do you remember when you were interviewed by Detective Blake and she asked you, was there anything he did while you and he are in the bedroom that made you feel that right then and there you were afraid for your safety and you said no? Do you remember that? No, I don't remember that exact question. But did you also remember saying you were afraid to say no? I was afraid that he could do something to me then or later. Now, on the night after the incident with Officer Larson, Mr. Larson never threatened you not to tell anyone, did he? That direct? No. He didn't tell you directly or indirectly, did he? No. Is that a no? No, sorry. In fact, that's what you told Detective Blake, that he made no threat against you. Should you tell someone, correct? Correct. I believe you gave testimony that you told Stan Newton that something had occurred between you and George Larson, correct? Yes, I told Stan. What was your relationship with Mr. Newton? He was my landlord. I was his tenant, and we developed a friendship. He didn't have a vehicle, so on occasion I would take him wherever he needs to go. And you know Mr. Newton liked you. We were friends. And when, after the incident, Mr. Larson just left, in other words, did you order him out or something like that? No, he left. And when he left, did you see if anyone was outside your residence door? I saw Stan was there. My landlord was. He walked out and my landlord was coming right up. Was it your impression that Mr. Newton had seen Officer Larson leaving your apartment? Yes. Do you remember where you were residing? About Easter time of this year, 2011. Objection, relevance. Counsel, I'll rephrase, Your Honor. All right. Do you remember earlier today you were asked if you recognize anybody here in the courtroom other than Mr. Larson? Do you remember that? Yes. And I believe you pointed out Detective Blake. Correct. And seated in the audience at that time was Bill Landon. Correct. No, he walked in, I believe, after the fact. All right, we will stop there. That will conclude our Q&A practice.